How did Rakai become one of the most hated streamers on the internet? Because somehow every few weeks his name trends again, and rarely for a good reason. One clip shows him making reckless decisions on stream, another shows him caught in a controversy with other creators, and sometimes the backlash gets so intense that entire comment sections turn into chaos. What makes it even stranger is how fast everything happened. Just a short time ago, Rakai was practically unknown online, then almost overnight he was streaming to tens of thousands of viewers, gaining millions of followers, and getting opportunities most creators spend years chasing. But instead of building a clean success story, his career has turned into something completely different. A non-stop cycle of bans, viral mistakes, and internet drama. Some viewers say he's just a teenager who doesn't think before acting. Others claim the chaos is completely intentional, and then there are people online joking that Rakai feels like some kind of social experiment designed to see how far someone can push things before the internet finally turns on them. So how did a kid who was handed one of the biggest opportunities in streaming end up becoming one of the most controversial creators online? To understand that, we have to go back to the moment everything started. The stream that changed Rakai's life long before the controversies, the bans, and the viral clips. Rakai was just another small streamer trying to get noticed online. That changed almost instantly thanks to one person. Rakai's streams, viewers suddenly started spamming his chat with a strange message. They were telling him that another streamer looked and sounded almost exactly like him. Naturally, Kai got curious, so he pulled up the stream, and the moment he saw Rakai, the reaction was immediate. The energy was loud, chaotic, and honestly a little ridiculous. But that's exactly what made it entertaining. Within minutes, Kai started interacting with him live, joking around and reacting to everything he did. What started as a funny moment on stream quickly turned into something much bigger.
Oh shit! Oh wait! Drag, Carson, dude, feel me? Like, what the Carson at? Like, feel me? This is like so just cool and just like, wow, man.
Kai began bringing Rakai onto his streams more often, introducing him to his massive audience, and even including him in events and subathons. Suddenly, thousands of people who had never heard of Rakai before were watching him, and the growth was insane. Within a short period of time, Rakai went from being a completely unknown streamer to gaining millions of followers and averaging tens of thousands of live viewers. For someone who hadn't even turned 18 yet, it was the kind of opportunity most creators can only dream about. Some viewers even compared the situation to the early rise of IShowSpeed, another creator who blew up because of his wild, unpredictable energy. But there was one big difference. While Speed's chaotic personality eventually evolved into a polished entertainment style, Rakai's behavior started raising a different kind of attention. Clips of his streams began circulating where viewers questioned his decision-making, his reactions, and sometimes even the things he said on camera. Some fans thought it was hilarious. Others weren't so sure, because the more attention Rakai got, the more people started wondering if giving him this much fame this quickly was actually a mistake. And it didn't take long before the internet got its first answer, because one of Rakai's earliest viral moments would also become one of his most reckless, and it involved a live stream, a car, and a decision that could have ended very badly. The live stream that almost went very wrong. The first moment that really made people question Rakai's judgment came during what should have been a completely normal stream, except this time he wasn't sitting in his room, he was driving. Now, to be fair, live streaming while in a car isn't exactly new. Plenty of creators have done IRL driving streams before, but the difference is that most of them still keep their attention on the road. Rakai didn't. During the stream, he was more focused on reading chat and ordering food than actually watching where the car was going. At one point, while trying to accept a delivery order on his phone, the situation suddenly got chaotic. The car started drifting. For a few seconds, it looked like he completely lost control. You could hear the panic in his voice as he realized what was happening, and viewers watching live immediately started spamming the chat. The clip spread across social media almost instantly, and people were were stunned, not because the moment was funny, but because it could have gone very wrong. If another car had been nearby, or if someone had been crossing the street, the outcome could have been completely different. Some viewers defended him, saying he was just being reckless for content and didn't mean any harm, but others weren't buying that excuse. Critics pointed out that Rakai's audience is incredibly young, and clips like this could easily encourage fans to copy the same behavior. Suddenly, what looked like chaotic entertainment started looking more like dangerous influence. Before long, the incident caught the attention of streaming platforms, and Rakai received one of his early bans. For many people watching from the outside, this should have been the moment where he slowed things down and started being more careful. Instead, things somehow got even worse, because not long after that, Rakai found himself at the center of another controversy. This time involving thousands of dollars, a wager match, and one very angry streamer. The $6,500 wager that sparked scamming accusations. If there's one thing livestream audiences love, it's a high-stakes challenge, and Rakai decided to take advantage of that by setting up a wager match with Fortnite streamer Clix. The challenge sounded simple. They would face off in a 1 versus 1 match with $6,500 on the line, but the way the challenge was structured made it almost ridiculous. Rakai started at 99 eliminations, meaning he only needed to eliminate Clix once to win. Meanwhile, Clix had to eliminate Rakai 100 times to take the victory. At first, it seemed like an impossible task, but as the match continued, something unexpected happened. Clix kept winning over and over again. The stream slowly turned into a disaster for Rakai as viewers watched Clix rack up elimination after elimination. What started as a confident challenge turned into a humiliating grind. Eventually, Clix reached the impossible goal, 100 eliminations. The challenge was over, and that's when the real drama began, because when it came time to pay the wager, Rakai refused. Instead of sending the money, he laughed it off on stream and joked about keeping the cash.
If you fucking scam me, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna get that money.
Listen,
I'm gonna get that money. I'm gonna get that money one way or another, by the way.
Like this. Look at my face and look at my eyes, my nigga.
Uh-huh.
You thought my black petite ass wanna pay you $6,500 for subs for you?
Clix, clearly frustrated, warned him that one way or another he was going to get the money. Clips of the moment exploded across social media. Suddenly, people weren't just calling Rakai reckless anymore. They were accusing him of straight up scamming. Reports started spreading that this incident may have violated platform rules around gambling and fraudulent wagers. And before long, Rakai received another ban connected to the situation, but the timing of everything made the situation even worse. Because while the wager drama was going viral online, people started discovering another clip from just one day earlier that showed Rakai pulling a stunt in a store that many viewers thought crossed a completely different line. And when both controversies hit the internet at the same time, the backlash exploded. The Walmart prank that backfired. Just when the wager drama was starting to explode online, another clip began circulating that made the situation even worse. This one didn't involve a game, a challenge, or thousands of dollars. It happened inside a Walmart. During an IRL stream, Rakai walked into the store and picked up a bouquet of flowers from one of the shelves. At first, it looked like he was about to do something wholesome, maybe a random act of kindness for content. He approached a woman in the store and handed her the flowers. She looked surprised and genuinely grateful. For a moment, it actually felt like a positive moment on stream, but the twist came seconds later. Instead of paying for the flowers, Rakai suddenly walked away, leaving the woman standing there holding an item that hadn't been purchased. In other words, if she had walked out of the store with them, she could have been the one accused of stealing. And Rakai just laughed and ran off before any store employees noticed what happened. When the clip hit social media, the reaction was brutal. Viewers weren't calling it a prank, they were calling it disrespectful. Many people pointed out that the woman in the clip seemed genuinely kind and had no idea what was happening. Others said the stunt made Rakai look look like someone who was willing to embarrass random strangers just for views. Comments started piling up everywhere. On TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Some viewers said he had been given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and was throwing it away with childish decisions. Others went even further, saying they didn't understand why he had been boosted into the spotlight in the first place. And when people combined the Walmart stunt with the wager controversy that happened almost immediately after, it started looking like a pattern of decisions that kept dragging Rakai deeper into controversy. But then something happened that confused the entire internet, because shortly after all of this drama, Rakai's channel suddenly received what looked like one of the longest bans anyone had ever seen. The 2-year ban that didn't make sense. Not long after the controversy started piling up, news broke that Rakai had been banned from streaming, but it wasn't a normal ban. According to what viewers saw on the platform, the punishment was 730 days. 2 years. For a streamer whose entire career depends on being live, that kind of ban would be devastating. It would essentially erase all the momentum he had built since blowing up. Naturally, the internet exploded. People started debating what exactly caused the punishment. Some believed it was because of the wager situation with clicks. Others believed the Walmart stunt crossed a legal line. Articles began appearing online discussing the situation, and many viewers assumed Rakai's streaming career might actually be over. But then, just a few days later, something strange happened. The platform suddenly released a statement saying the 2-year ban was actually a visual bug. According to them, the real ban was only 31 days. That explanation immediately raised eyebrows, because accidentally banning someone for 2 extra years isn't exactly a small mistake. The internet wasn't convinced. Some viewers started speculating that Rakai might have had connections helping him behind the scenes. Others joked that the platform simply didn't want to lose a fast-growing creator. Whatever the real reason was, the result was clear. Instead of disappearing for 2 years, Rakai was only gone for about a month. But by the time he returned, his reputation had already taken serious damage, and unfortunately for him, the controversies didn't stop there, because the next viral clip involving Rakai would end up becoming one of the most damaging moments for his image online. The clip that sparked a massive backlash. After the bans and controversies, Rakai returned to streaming hoping things would calm down. Instead, one short clip made everything worse. During a stream, a moment was captured where Rakai appeared to be laughing while a homeless man nearby was trying to eat food. The clip spread incredibly fast across social media, and once people saw it, the reaction was immediate. Viewers were furious. To many people watching, it looked like a wealthy young streamer, like someone who had just been given fame and money almost overnight, was mocking someone clearly struggling, and the internet did not hold back. Comment sections filled up with criticism, with many viewers saying the clip showed a complete lack of empathy. Others argued that someone who had been given such a huge opportunity shouldn't be acting this way. The situation escalated so quickly that Rakai eventually addressed the clip himself, but instead of calming things down, his response only added more fuel to the fire. According to him, the clip was taken out of context. He claimed he wasn't laughing at the homeless man at all, and that social media pages were deliberately posting the moment to generate engagement. He even suggested that these accounts were targeting him specifically, but critics weren't convinced. From their perspective, the footage looked clear enough, and instead of taking responsibility, Rakai seemed more focused on blaming the internet for spreading the clip.
Yo, I laugh at the homeless man, chat. That is not funny at all. And chat, listen, I wasn't even laughing. In and out, yeah. But chat, the Twitter pages be just hate farming me, bro. Like,
that response frustrated a lot of people, because at this point, the controversies weren't isolated incidents anymore. They were starting to look like a pattern. Reckless decisions followed by excuses. And just when the backlash from that clip began to settle down, Rakai accidentally triggered another situation that caused chaos online, this time involving an NBA superstar, the LaMelo Ball phone number leak. For most people, having the private phone number of an NBA player would be something you guard carefully. But during one stream, Rakai accidentally showed exactly why that kind of information should never appear on camera. While live, Rakai opened up his Instagram messages to prove that he had actually spoken with LaMelo Ball. At first, it seemed harmless. He scrolled through the conversation to show the chat, but in the process, he revealed something he clearly wasn't supposed to: LaMelo Ball's phone number. For a brief moment, the number appeared clearly on screen before Rakai quickly exited the conversation. Almost immediately, he realized what had happened. His reaction said everything. He started telling his moderators to delete the clip as fast as possible, repeating over and over that it was an accident. But by that point, it was already too late. When thousands of people are watching a stream, even a second-long mistake can spread everywhere. Clips of the moment started circulating online almost instantly, and fans began calling and texting the number. Imagine being an NBA player and suddenly getting flooded with messages from thousands of random viewers, all because a streamer accidentally leaked your contact information. Rakai later apologized and insisted it wasn't intentional. According to him, he completely forgot that the phone number had been sent inside the messages. Still, many people online found the situation suspicious. Some viewers believed it was a genuine mistake. Others argued the entire thing looked too convenient, like a moment designed to go viral. Either way, the situation caused another wave of criticism and reportedly led to yet another ban. At this point, Rakai's reputation was already hanging by a thread, but surprisingly, his biggest controversy wasn't going to happen on his own stream. It was going to happen during one of the biggest YouTube events ever hosted by Mr. Beast, and it would end up dragging an entire international community into the drama. By this point, Rakai had already been involved in several controversies, but the next moment that pushed his reputation even further into chaos didn't happen on his own stream. It happened inside a massive creator event hosted by Mr. Beast. The video brought together 50 of the biggest streamers on the internet, all competing in challenges for a $1 million prize for their communities. With his rapidly growing audience, Rakai was invited to participate alongside some of the biggest creators online. For him, it was a huge opportunity. Millions of people would be watching, but during the challenge, things took an unexpected turn when a major Spanish creator was eliminated: El Rubius. Rubius isn't just another streamer. He's one of the most influential Spanish-speaking creators in the world, with an enormous fan base that stretches across multiple countries. As he was leaving the challenge and saying goodbye to his audience, Rakai started trolling from the side, joking and interrupting the moment. At first, it looked like normal competitive trash talk, but viewers quickly felt it crossed the line. Clips from the event started spreading across Spanish-speaking communities, and the reaction was intense. Fans of Rubius flooded Rakai's social media pages, turning comment sections into complete chaos. Thousands of comments appeared across platforms, many of them extremely hostile. The situation quickly spiraled into one of the biggest waves of backlash Rakai had ever experienced. To make things even worse, reports started circulating online claiming that Rakai had told Rubius to go back to Mexico during the challenge, despite Rubius actually being from Spain. Some viewers believed the claim immediately. Others argued the story might have been exaggerated or misunderstood, but either way, the situation exploded into a massive online argument between communities. And instead of letting the drama cool down, Rakai responded publicly, mocking the situation and telling Rubius to control his audience.
When I did emo on that nigga, that shit was funny as fuck. Chat, if you watch the stream back, chat, the whole last finale, you know mercy for Abraham. You know mercy for Abraham. I got you and your man's Abraham out. How about that? How are you doing?
That response only made things worse. What started as simple trolling inside a challenge had now turned into an international controversy involving two massive fan bases. And by this point, many viewers were asking the same question. Was Rakai sabotaging his own career? Or was this chaos exactly what he wanted? Is Rakai ruining his own career or playing the internet? When you look at everything that's happened in such a short time. Rakai's rise on the internet almost feels unreal. One moment, he was a small creator nobody had heard of. Then suddenly, he was discovered by Kai Cenat and launched into the spotlight, gaining millions of followers and thousands of live viewers almost overnight. For most creators, that kind of opportunity becomes the start of a long, successful career. But Rakai's story has taken a very different path. In just a short period of time, his name has been connected to reckless livestream moments, public arguments with other creators, bans, and viral controversies that seem to appear every few weeks. To some viewers, the explanation is simple. They believe Rakai is just a young streamer who acts before thinking, like someone who suddenly got fame, money, and attention without being ready for it. But there's another theory floating around online. Some fans believe the chaos might actually be intentional. In today's internet culture, controversy spreads faster than anything else. Every viral mistake leads to more clips, more discussions, and more people talking about you. And whether the attention is positive or negative, attention still brings viewers. So the real question might not be whether Rakai keeps getting into trouble. The real question is whether this entire situation is slowly destroying his reputation. Or if he somehow figured out that staying controversial is the fastest way to stay relevant on the internet. Because if the past year has proven anything, it's this. Whenever Rakai's name starts trending online, you can almost guarantee that another viral moment is right around the corner.